Hello friends, today I am going to tell you about a good film, Malena. Before that, subscribe to the channel and like the video. The film is set in the small Sicilian town of Castelcuto. Renato, a 14-year-old boy, our hero in the story, is a bit of a rascal at a young age. He faces three important events: Italy's involvement in World War II, getting a new bicycle, and seeing a beautiful woman for the first time. Malena, a beautiful and attractive young woman, is our heroine in the story. Every man in the town looks at her with lust, and the women of the town look at her with envy and in a strange way. The heroine's husband goes to Africa to fight with the British soldiers, and she lives alone in the town. She takes care of her ailing father, but a good-for-nothing guy writes false things about her and sends the paper to the heroine's father, which makes her father despise her. The young Renato is infatuated with the heroine at that age and observes her every day. Seeing that the heroine is not at home, he steals underwear from her clothes cupboard and does all sorts of inappropriate things with them. Renato's parents observe all the crazy things he does and try to stop him from having those desires. Meanwhile, news comes that our heroine's husband has died in the war, which further increases her loneliness. As she is lonely, the rumors about the heroine increase even more, as they are already envious. Meanwhile, an Air Force officer starts meeting her at night. This leads to more suspicion and becomes a big case and goes to court. However, he uses his power and tells the court that he did not see her as anything wrong, and he deceives her. Our poor heroine is silent and helpless. Apart from that, our heroine's lawyer forces her into a sexual relationship. Our young Renato thinks that he is the only man and that he is the only support for Malena and feels very proud. He performs pujas and prays to God to protect her. He used to do small pranks on those who harass the heroine. Meanwhile, the war reaches Sicily. In the bomb attack, the heroine's father dies. As she has no money, none of the townspeople who despise her are willing to give her work. Finally, the heroine turns into a prostitute. Later, people, being free, start brutally humiliating her and treating her like a whore. When the Nazi soldiers occupy the town, our hero, young Renato, sees the heroine working with the German soldiers and is hurt. Unable to bear it, he faints. His mother sees him fainting and thinks he is possessed by a ghost and takes him to a magician. But his father understands differently and takes him to the brothel in the town. There, our Renato gets a chance and, dreaming of the heroine in his mind, imagines himself having sex with her. After the Germans leave, the American army arrives in the town. The women of the town attack the heroine, tear her clothes, cut her hair, and beat her brutally. With this, the heroine leaves the town. A few days later, the heroine's husband, Nano, who was thought to be dead, returns. He lost an arm in the war and returns alive. But the people in the town are reluctant to tell where Malena has gone. Renato writes a secret message to Nano, telling him that she has gone to the city of Messina and that the heroine still loves him. A year later, Nano and the heroine return to the town. The women of the town notice that she looks more simple now. They greet her respectfully, instead of treating her like an enemy as before. One day, when she is buying vegetables in the market, some fruits fall out of her bag. Renato picks them up and gives them to her. That's when our young man speaks to her for the first time. Renato wishes in his heart that luck should be with the heroine. Malena smiles silently, an incomprehensible smile. This is the only conversation between them. Remembering the past, even after becoming an old man, Renato says that although he met many women in his life and forgot all of them, he can never forget Malena. The film ends like this.